Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will learn about the SQL Server integration with the .NET Framework. SQL Server is integrated with the .NET Framework. .NET Framework, it is an environment used to build, deploy, and run the business applications. These applications can be built in various programming languages, which are supported by the .NET Framework. And it has its own collection of collection of services and classes. It exists between the .NET applications and the underlying operating system. What is the components of the .NET framework? The components of the .NET framework are the development tool and languages. Development tools and languages are used to create the interface for the Windows Forms, web forms, and console applications. Tools include Visual Studio and Visual C Sharp Developer, and languages include the C Sharp and J Sharp, etc. Base class library. .NET Framework consists of a class library that acts as a base for any .NET language such as Visual Basic, .NET, and C Sharp. This class library is built on the object-oriented nature of the runtime. It provides classes that can be used in the code to accomplish common programming tasks. What is the CLR? It is one of the most essential component of the .NET framework. It provides an environment for the application to run. CLR provides the functionalities such as debugging, security, exception handling, and versioning support, etc. What are, what are the features of the CLR? Automatic memory management. It allocates and deallocates memory of the application automatically. What is the type of system? Provides set of common data types in the form of common type system. For example, size of integer and long variables will be same across all the programming languages. What is the language interoperability? Which means an application developed in one programming language will be able to interact with the application developed in using the some other programming language supported by the .NET framework. With the platform independence, which means the application developed using the programming languages supported by .NET framework will be able to run, which supports the .NET CLR. Security management applies the restriction on the code to access the resources on the computer. So it provides a kind of restriction on the code itself so that it is not able to access, or it is able to access certain resources of a computer. What is the structured query language? As a database developer, you need to modify the data, you need to access the data, you need to store the data in the database. It can also be used to perform the operations on the data, and it is used to manage data in the RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. What are the categories of the SQL statements? The categories of the SQL statements: data definition language. It is used to define the database, data types, structures, and constraints of the data. DDL statements are create, alter, drop. DML, data manipulation language. It is used to manipulate the data in the database objects. DML statements are insert, update, and delete. And DCL, data control language, it is used to control the data access in the database. DCL statements are grant and revoke. And data query language, it is used to create data from the database. Select is the SQL TQL statement, which is used to query data from the database in different ways and